So riding a dirt bike is a skill, and like any other skill, it is a neuromuscular adaption. And when we master that skill, it means we can perform it at a subconscious level. So neuromuscular adaptation is a big fancy word. A term you probably most commonly would have heard is muscle memory. An example I could use of that is walking. We all know how to walk, and we don't have to think right foot, left foot, right foot, because we have been doing it for in most cases since we were this big. So we've done it thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times, so it's automatic. So we want our riding technique to be the same. We're not having to think, oh, where's my foot? Oh, what gear am I in? How am I squeezing the bike when we're racing? But to get that to that point, we are going to have to practice it. We are going to have to think about it a lot. So how the positions we assume on the bike, our standing attack position, our seated attack position, how we're gripping the bike, where our feet are on the foot pegs, and how we move between each of those positions, we want them to become subconscious. First, we need to know what they look like. What do those positions look like? What does that feel like? So we need to slow that down, practice it. Then we can do it when we go out on the track, when we're trying to do it really fast in a race situation. That's the whole idea we train. The whole idea of practicing is to get better at performing the skill when we ride. So what I want you guys to think about is how we control this dirt bike. Down below there's going to be 5 or 6 videos on the different little points of technique we're going to focus on. But what I want you to think about is what actually controls this dirt bike. It's our body, because if you got your bike and ghosted it down a hill, it wouldn't matter how good a suspension setting it had in it. It wouldn't take long before the bars hit full lock and it cartwheeled. So what controls the bike, what allows the bike to perform at its full potential is us. It's our body. We're controlling it, we're giving it input, feedback, etc. allows the bike to work. So when you think of the bike in a straight line, what keeps the bike stable is the throttle or the brake. When you've got the throttle on, the bike squats down and it drives and it's nice and stable. When you hit the brakes, the bike dives down into the suspension, it's loaded up. So the most, dangerous or unstable place of riding a dirt bike is that going from full throttle to chopping the throttle and hitting the brakes. When the bike unloads and there's not much weight on it, if you hit a kicker or a braking bump, then you'll quite often get a kick in the bike. So what's stabilizing that bike, controlling that bike in a straight line is power, throttle, or brake. So what stabilizes the bike left to right? If it's in a straight line, it's throttle and brake, it's the engine, it's the bike itself for the most part. What controls that bike when we do hit a square edge and it kicks out sideways? It's our body, it's our legs. We are locked onto that bike. So if we're not gripping that bike really hard and we're not strong and stable through our core, then when that bike hits something, it's just gonna swap out. So the bike needs input. It either needs throttle or brake to be stable in a straight line, and to be stable side to side, it needs input from our body. So that's what we're going to talk about here in these videos down below, is the position we assume on the bike, but how we grip the bike and how we squeeze that bike both when we're standing and also turning into ruts even with one leg up on the bike. If that leg is off the shroud, the bike's just going to want to fall down. It's not going to be stable. So we need to really ingrain that motor pattern of squeezing the bike at all times. That means we're going to have a stable bike. When we've got a stable bike, we build confidence. When we build confidence, we get faster. It's that simple. So check these videos out down below. If you've got any questions, shoot me a message in TrueCoach and we can go through it further.